What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live right here, Two Guys, One Cast, and we got a special guest. We're shooting live from the rabbit hole, and it's my honor, it's my pleasure, quite frankly, it's even my privilege to introduce the goat of all goats, Sir Pimp Salat.
Hey.
The guy you know who's going to drill that cavity out like he's a porn star. His name is Chase Otto.
Shoot.
Shout out Chase Otto, man.
Round of applause.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. That
Hell
was a
yeah.
hell of an intro, man.
I had to. For you, I had to.
I gotta start using that one more
I
often.
got you, bro. For you, I got to. So, me and Chase have known each other for a while now. Probably about, what, 2 years now?
Probably three.
Three?
It was
Yeah, it's probably three, actually.
Well, maybe we're closer to two, because I think it was spring of 2023 when I started hanging out with y'all at the studio.
So pretty much two.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were talking longer than that, though.
Yeah.
Because I got introduced to you through Hector.
Yeah, talking about Evanescence and
Yep.
stuff.
Because you saw it up on my story, like, damn, I love that album. Like, can you believe it's been 20 years since that came out? And you're like, no.
Damn, 20 years already?
I know. I remember hearing that back on YouTube, and it was like a bunch of like Megalodon compilations acting like Megalodons was still real, but it's like, it's so stupid.
Damn, that's wild.
All right, so Chase, where are you from? Where were you born?
All
Give
right.
us the life story, the
Life
rundown.
story, man. All right, so from the top, I was born in 1999 in a town on the Red River called Sherman, Texas, home of Kublai Khan. Shout out the
Let's
homies.
go.
Lived in Gainesville my whole life, essentially, until high school. Graduated, went to Blinn College in Bryan, Texas for about a year. Then we transferred to Texas A&M University. Went there for about 3 years, got my degree in public health with the intent of being pre-dental. And little did I know when I first applied, I only applied to in-state schools because it was just a lot cheaper and, it just seemed like the right thing to do. Well, turns out I didn't get into any schools. I got blackballed the first year. And so after graduation, I'm sitting there like, man, what the hell do I do? So I went and I got baited into some terrible marketing pyramid scheme to go sell insurance.
Damn.
I was cold calling for about 2 weeks, and I said, this is dumb. This is really stupid.
Was it like Primerica?
It was Globe Life.
Oh, Globe Life.
So,
okay.
dude, we got chased out.
And not the field.
We got chased out of business and stuff. People were like, I don't want whatever the hell you're selling. Like, get the hell out of my business. And my supervisor was trying to act like it was normal. I was like, no, I'm tired of being treated like dirt. Like, screw this. So I kind of had come to Jesus moment, reapplied to dental school. Worked a job here in Fort Worth in the meanwhile, the warehouse. Shout out Rush Truck Centers. And then got into dental school at Kansas City University up in Joplin, Missouri, and that's where I'm at right now. About to start my third year, and life's good, life's great. Enjoying break right now and all its fruits.
There we go.
Hell
He's always
yeah.
studying, bro, because I always, we Snapchat all the time and text, and he's always, it's dental school, so you got to know what you're doing. It's not like you can finesse
definitely.
it. He's got practicals all the time, exams, bro, studying it like it's going out of style, quite frankly.
Dang.
It's not like college where it's like you can just walk into a class and just be like, all right, I can just study for this crap, whatever. If I make a C or I make a D, whatever, I can move on.
Yeah.
Especially practicals, it's because it's like hand skills. If you fail it, no, you got to redo it.
Damn.
And if you don't pass it on the redo, then you have to remediate or retake the class.
Right.
So it's kind of high stakes. It's always really scary.
Damn,
It's
dude.
terrifying.
That's wild.
But I guess you would want somebody else that's actually knows what they're doing before they start drilling in your mouth,
No, definitely. Thank you for doing all that.
He's going to be my dentist
My
as soon as
pleasure,
he's
man.
ready.
Hell yeah.
Once he's got his own practice or wherever he's at, I'm going to
So you're
Chase
going to
Otto.
school full time? That's all you're doing?
full time.
Right
Yes, sir.
now?
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's all we got time for because it's about 40 credit hours essentially. So it's just literally that.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
I've tried to look into extra volunteering opportunities, different side hustles, but there just ain't enough time.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. Yeah, but I have but luckily I'm kind of more lucky than some of my classmates because I was selected for the health professions scholarship program with the Air Force. So they're paying for my housing, my school, they get all sorts of benefits. It's dope. And so they're only paying for 3 years of my school. And what I owe them is 3 years of service in the Air Force as an officer and as a dentist. I don't have to go to basic training or anything like that. I'm just going to be working on the base as a dentist for 3 years. And so it's It's kind of a sweet gig. I ain't
Will it
gonna
be
lie.
paid or no?
Oh, it's paid.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, it's
nice.
paid.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's paid, all right.
Definitely.
He
Oh,
finessed the game.
That's a no-brainer.
Oh no, like especially if you ain't got like a wife or kids or anything holding you back, like why not?
Fuck yeah. That's
Like-
awesome.
Like you go, they'll send you to shoot Florida, Colorado, Nevada, like wherever, and then re-up after that, go to Hawaii, Germany,
Holy.
England, like it's a whole endless world of opportunity out there essentially. So it's
To be
pretty
a
sick.
traveling man. I'm gonna see the world and drill it all.
Drill it all. Find my way back to Fort Worth, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
That's the game.
How you like it up there, up north? Is it cold?
Dude, in the summer, or not the summer, in the winter, man, it got brutal.
Yeah.
Like it was, I walked outside, like there was one time we got 11 inches of snow, like back in February. I ain't never seen that much snow in my fucking life, man.
Holy
It was
shit.
stupid.
That's insane.
I have never seen that much snow. And we got, obviously school was canceled and all that. And it dipped down into like it said -3, but feels like -10. And I was like, I ain't leaving the house. I ain't leaving the crib. I'm not going anywhere. But I have friends in my class. They're from like Minnesota, Wisconsin, like all over the north. And they're like, this ain't nothing.
Yeah,
It
ain't
was.
shit.
So I'm like, come to Texas in August, then we'll talk.
right?
Yeah. No, I lived in New York growing up, here in New York, and I hated the fucking winter,
Hell,
man.
Where at New York?
Well, in New Jersey.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
So still
Jersey.
in New Jersey.
By the Jersey Shore.
Rumor has it that Snooki still misses him.
Oh, I believe it.
Quite
is
frankly.
that why they got the reboot that's supposed to be happening soon?
Yep.
He Caesar was a regular at Karma, and one night he knocked out Pauly D and then piped them all.
I was like, those were the days, bro. Bro, I remember
True
everybody
story.
had that fucking haircut and the fucking Ed Hardy and shit. Yeah.
Bro, what an era that was though. Like
I know, right?
like what was that, like early 2010s?
Like late
Or
2000s, early 2010s. Yeah.
like just like going into like Hot Topic and they just have the most like obscure, just wild neon shirts. It's like I'm in Miami, bad.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
all this crazy stuff.
yeah, that was
What a time to be alive.
I know, man.
that was
God.
a wild time.
Sometimes I wish we could go back, but you know.
Yeah, but the winters were tough over there, man. I fucking hated them. I would rather have the summers, honestly.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah.
I'd rather sweat my ass off than be
Right?
getting hypothermia
Hell
any day
yeah.
of the week.
Definitely. For sure.
What you think?
I like both. I like the cold.
You like the cold?
I'm a warm body, but I
But
I
have
can
you ever
respect
been
both.
up north in the cold?
No, so I have
Exactly.
Below zero.
I
shit,
can't.
man.
I can't.
So
I
we're
can't. I
cold
can't
for
right
maybe like fucking
That's brutal.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and people are complaining.
Yeah. Nah.
But y'all get like snow, and like
Oh,
you were
yeah.
just talking about
Oh,
like
oh,
real
definitely.
cold
But they
weather
get up
problems.
there, man. That's like snow.
Yeah.
We get it's like snow. No, just snow.
It's just casual. It's
Just
just
one snow.
it's just one flake.
Oh my god, we can't go to school no more.
Yeah, no,
Cancel it.
that's trifling. That's mad trifling.
Facts.
But you want to know how me and Chase met?
Yeah, bro. How'd
I'll
y'all
let
meet?
him- He's the one. He's the best way to explain it.
Oh,
Yeah, how'd
God.
y'all meet?
So it's really funny. This is about September of 2022, I want to say. I was at a Giovanni and the Hired Guns concert. I don't know if you're familiar with that band, like a Texas country like rock band.
Mhm.
Julio loves him.
Oh yeah.
Julio does
Nice.
love him.
Julio loves him. His cousin's a guitar player.
Oh nice.
And
Oh, yeah.
they were playing at Texas Live, like out like on the like the outside amphitheater,
Yeah.
whatever. And before that, I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this band. They sounded a lot like Pantera, like a lot of stuff that I like. They're called Hell's Half Acre. I was like, dude, that's a sick band name. That's kind of wicked. I was like, these dudes rip. I was like, I love seeing all the stuff on the wall and just the whole vibe of everybody was awesome. And when I was at the concert, I just saw this one guy. He was freaking singing the words. He's rocking out. He got the same bandana on his head that he was wearing in the videos on TikTok. And I was like, ain't no way this is the same guy from TikTok. So I went up to him. I was like, hey man, are you in a band? And he was like, heck yeah, man. I was like, Hell's Half Acres. Like, bro, how did you know? And, like, he dabbed me up, man. And we were just lost. We became bros instantly.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, dude. So we just started exchange numbers, Snapchat, socials, all that. And that's when I was working in Fort Worth at the time, kind of off
Okay.
of 820, close to Blue Mountain Road,
Yeah.
and which was just a shot down the highway from where they were practicing. And he told me, or Hector, the bass player, he told me, he was like, hey man, you should come hang out at the studio with us like one of these days, come jam out. And I was like, sure, I'm game.
Yeah.
And then I knew I was in the right place as soon as I parked my car, walked up, 6-pack of Coors Light in hand, ready to party. I just hear out ass drums. I was like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Hell
And
yeah.
then so I popped out of the studio, and then we hit it off, and we were just chatting about shit. And yeah, it turns out we like a lot of the same music. We have kind of like the same approach to music as well.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, all right, man. I guess we're homies now.
Well, to that point, I'd never found someone who was like directly in line with everything from like old stuff to modern stuff to like
Yeah?
country and everything. He was like, we were like, we hit it off like no other.
Man,
Because
that's
a lot of
wild.
guys don't like one thing or other, but like me and him are all over the rock spectrum from everything
Yeah.
like super heavy shit to like old shit to like mellow, like everything.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
wild.
you kind of can't just keep yourself limited to one realm. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta pull influences from everywhere, and you just gotta love everything. You know, so that's one thing with him. Because looking at him, I was like, okay, he only probably likes just old stuff, just all that. You know, he probably thinks all this new stuff I like is dumb or whatever. But lo and behold, no, I was wrong. I was wrong.
I'm the one in the band who always champions new stuff. I'm like one of the only ones.
Yeah?
Yeah. But that's how we met. And then me and him started just now we have a Snapchat streak. Me and him Snapchat every day, talk every day. I always check in on him because, you know, he's always busy. So I'm like,
Right.
hey, man, you doing good? Like, how's school? How's life? You feeling all right?
Hell
He's
yeah,
the same with
bro.
me. And he's my dog, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
I always got to support the homies in their endeavors too. You know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Me and him have, speaking of, I think, was it last June? Was it June or May? When we went to So What?
That was last June. It was like June 1st and 2nd.
So like beginning of last June, we went to South by So What, which is at Panther Island Pavilion, and it's like a metal festival.
Oh, shit, nice.
And he stayed at my house, and we went. Both was Saturday and Sunday, right? Or was it a Saturday Sunday?
I think it was Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday Sunday. Dude, we had the best time, bro.
Damn.
We were just
No, the second
going
day
ham.
got freaking rained out and canceled for the most part, but we still made the most of it.
yeah,
You know?
and we still got to see some stuff,
Oh,
some
that's
good
what's up.
shit. But like, dude, it was wild. I mean, he got sunburnt into oblivion.
Death taxes and me getting sunburnt, man.
Then we hit up the
Midsummer?
Waffle House.
Dude, yeah, it was like early June.
Yeah,
Oh,
early
shit.
June. Early
And-
June.
Are y'all going this year?
No, they decided they weren't gonna have it this year
Oh,
because the
really?
promoter is like, I guess he's got his hand in too many baskets. Like he owns a venue in Deep Ellum, and he's too busy trying to save it, and is always worried about the construction in Deep Ellum. And I guess he lost too much money on having to cancel half of the festival last year and said, "Screw it, I'm not gonna do it."
Holy shit.
That's my guess, but I wish though.
It was awesome.
It was fun,
bro.
though, man.
And you went to the one before it, even right?
yeah,
So
one before it,
that's
and then
2
one
years
before that.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
So-
play anything?
I play guitar.
Oh, yeah?
All right, I
Nice.
started out on drums. I was self-taught on drums for about 12 years.
Yeah.
And then when I got to college, I was like, I can't have my drums in my apartment. It's just not practical.
Right.
So, and
Quite frankly-
all my cousins play guitar. So they always made fun of me for only knowing one instrument.
Yeah.
Just nerds. And then so I just picked up the guitar, and then the rest is history. That's kind of the instrument I've been focusing so much more on.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we be playing a lot. I'm self-taught for probably 5 years now, something like that. I still got a long ways to go, but you know, love it, man. I wish I could make a living off of it, but God would have made me a lot more talented. If that
Well,
was the way.
what you heard in our intro, the drone footage is going to be a song me and Chase wrote in December. We recorded that live in the room, wrote it within like 10 to 15 minutes, and then recorded it. Like on the
Damn.
second take, we got it, and we're like, all right, that's a song. Cool.
Yeah,
Dang, that's
song
awesome.
to get your truck stolen to.
Yep. There's a story behind that. Tell them the story about that.
Oh man! All right, so this is about last year. We're Memorial Day weekend. Me and my old college roommate David. We're down in Deep Ellum, going to see Kublai Khan, like metalcore beatdown heavy band from Sherman, the town I was born in. Always loved them. They're just meathead music, just stuff you want to like punt a fat baby in a Kmart to, you know, or hit your max at the gym.
What
you know?
the fuck?
It's something. It's aggressive. And so we're staying at my buddy CJ's place. He kind of lives down in Cedars in Dallas, like outside of downtown, kind of like a hop, skip, and a jump from like Southside Ballroom, Gillies, all that fun stuff. And so we go to the show. You know, everything's honky-dory. We're covered in sweat. We had the best time of our lives. And we get back, it's like, okay, we need to get out of these sweaty clothes, change clothes. We're going to go hit the bar. We're ready to turn up out on like Knox Henderson or whatever. So we get back to CJ's house, and the Uber ready to drop us off. Like his truck was parked in front of my car. And I see these two dudes looking like really sus, like squatting down in front of my car. And I said, oh,
Damn.
hell no. So I jumped outside and I said, hey, man, what the fuck do you think y'all are doing standing right there by my car? Get away. And they're like, no, man, it ain't like that. It ain't like that, man. We thought y'all was coming. We tried to get out the way. I was like, bro, y'all were over here. We were coming this way. Y'all are trying to get into my car. What is up? And then they were just like, oh, and then they just tried to like divert the small talk because the Mavericks were in the playoffs at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, y'all are so stupid. We just big donged you out of here. And then David, the whole time he's sitting there like, well, I'm like telling these guys to frig off, go kick rocks. David's like freaking out. And I'm like, yo, what's up? What's good? He's like, my truck. Where's my truck?
The truck got stolen.
The truck got stolen. His truck was gone, and we tried to press the homeboys that were squatting about my truck about it. And then the moment we questioned them about it, they got defensive. He was trying to fight him, and I was like, bro, you need to get away. They might have a gun. I don't know. We're not getting shot over your 2005 Dodge Ram. It's not about to happen. And then so yeah, we went back inside. He was freaking out. We filed a police report. Of course, DPD was useless.
Yeah.
I guess they were dealing with murders and other things. And it's what really sucked was he came in from Houston, so he had to book a flight from Dallas back to Houston.
Damn.
And the truck that got stolen, it had his work laptop in there, so he's freaking out about that. So he flew back to Houston, everything got resolved, whatever. Lo and behold, his truck was stolen in a high-speed chase, and they found it totaled on the west side of Dallas, like close to Mesquite, and killed a passenger. The other driver was like really messed up, but they ended up taking him to jail and he got out on bond. But yeah, so that's why we were just like, yep, that's a song to get your truck stolen too.
So
That's
yeah,
wild.
we call it music to get your truck stolen too. So that's the track you just heard on the intro. So
That's
there's actually a deep story to that
Yeah.
song. There's a deep meaning behind the song.
Lock
and
your
it's-
doors, man, wherever you go. I mean, the older your truck is, the easier it is to get hot wired,
Yeah,
probably.
especially if you're in the 214.
Yeah.
You'll get booty
Especially if
fucked.
you're in the 214.
You don't want to get clapped like that. And the work laptop? Come on, bro. And the work laptop? What are they going to do
that's
on
his
there?
own fault, low-key, for leaving it in there.
They never recovered the laptop?
Oh, no, that thing was gone forever.
Did he
Damn.
have it like out too?
Probably.
Fuck.
I mean, I love him to death, but he ain't the sharpest knife in the crayon box, man.
happens.
It
It happens.
happens, you know. He got his new truck. Insurance kind of took care of it all.
Hell yeah.
He didn't get fired from
I
his
didn't-
job, so I think it ended up being all right.
I didn't realize there was a death in that police chase.
Yeah,
That's
there was.
insane.
Because I texted him, I was like, dude, what happened? He said, yeah, they killed the guy. I was like,
God.
Damn, that's wild.
So there's some lore behind the song. There you go.
yeah. No, always, man.
That's a badass song. He let me hear it on the way here, and it was
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
we cranked it on the highway while I was going about 110.
I've been telling him to record some shit like on his own so we can put it as the intro.
Well, what I'm thinking is we need something really cool, kind of like the Cody Park song we used the other side. We need something like almost like some like Motley Crue riff.
Yeah.
Just something that's really like catchy, sticks in people's head, but just
Yeah.
grooves. Maybe you can help me on that.
Yeah, maybe I could. I'll have to think about some groovy stuff.
Yeah.
I'll have to like get my anger out of my system and just be like, all right, I'm just gonna write something like nice and positive.
We'll go out and we'll party one night, and then we'll get inspired. We'll go full Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses one night, and then we'll write a glam metal song.
Don't tell me what a good time, no.
That's right. I think he's bricked up. Damn, I didn't realize you were a Native American with that TP you just pitched.
Hey man, I love to disappoint.
So I got to know, how did you get into listening metal music? I know your parents are rock people, but how'd you get into metal?
Oh man, how I got into metal was Guitar Hero 2 played a huge factor in this.
It's a banger.
So like I grew up, you know, always listening to Led Zeppelin, ZZ Top, Leonard Skinner, all that good stuff. And then my brother put me on a Guitar Hero 2. And I remember playing this one song later in the career mode called The Trooper by Iron Maiden. And I just loved like I love like the gallopy riffs, and I love like the big old chorus. And I was like, okay, this is awesome. I
Hell
really
yeah.
like it. And then so I asked my brother about it at the time, and I was like, dude, what do you know about Iron Maiden? He's like, oh, Iron Maiden? Dude, listen to this. And he throws me a CD, and it's the Slipknot self-titled
Oh
album.
no.
And I was mortified.
You went from Iron Maiden to
I was
Slipknot is
so
insane.
scared. And but I just remember being able to sit there, like, you know, I was like 8 years old, just rocking out, just loving it. And then just from there, like, I was hooked after that. I was trying to convince my mom to let me download Iron Maiden songs on my iPod. She wouldn't let me because apparently it looked too graphic. But then I learned about Metallica from obviously 1 on Guitar Hero 3. So like Guitar Hero kind of played like the biggest factor like in getting me into metal, and then it just kind of like just steamrolled from there.
That was big for our generation, though, was
Oh, it
Guitar
was
Hero, especially for like
huge.
people getting into music and that kind of like any hard rock or metal music. That was like
Oh, it was
paramount,
so
dude.
big.
I tried messing with Guitar Hero, but I was trash. I was ass.
Every time I go to a bar and they have the Guitar Hero, like I'll be playing and like I'll be shredding on like harder X-ray. Be like, how are you so good? I'm like, this shows you how much of a life that I didn't have as a kid. So that means you were outside having fun.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
not. I was being a nerd.
What was your favorite Guitar Hero game?
Ooh,
Which one is it?
probably 3.
Legends of Rock is goated.
Legends of Rock is goated, but I like the set list of 2 more. But that's when they didn't have like the trademarks or the copyrights for any of the songs. So like
They're like
when they
cover
played
versions.
Lamb of God or Laid to Rest by Lamb of God, it sounded awful.
Yeah.
It was atrocious. You could tell it was a terrible cover.
Dude,
So that kind of ruins it for me.
I
but-
remember I'm trying to think. I forget if it was 1 or 2. But I remember Shout at the Devil was in either
That was
one or
Guitar Hero
2.
2.
That's 2. Because
Yeah.
remember during like the fretboard, you'd see like the pentagrams.
Yeah,
like, Shout at the
I
Devil.
was like,
oh,
oh
that's
man,
sick.
that was so gangster.
I haven't played them in forever, dude. But Legends of Rock was sick, having Slash on the cover.
Oh yeah.
And then having the guitar battles with like Tom Morello and like the Devil and Slash and all
Those
that.
things made me crash out so much as a kid, man. That was rough.
And that's also Through the Fire and the Flames got famous through Legends
Yep.
of Rock.
No,
Was
facts.
that was a bonus song.
Yeah.
That was insane.
I could never play that though. I wasn't that dedicated to the craft, man.
Was it after? Remember Rock the '80s? That game. There's like
Yeah, I remember
it's like an
hearing about
encore
it.
one
I remember hearing
That was
about it,
pretty
but I never
fun.
played it.
that had stuff like Scorpions, like No One
Yeah.
Like You and shit like that. And, like
I think it was like Guitar Hero Metallica. They had their own
Yes,
game and they had
yeah.
a killer set list.
yeah, they had Guitar Hero Metallica. They had Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
I had Aerosmith. That
Yeah.
one was fun.
Yeah. All these hotos tripping on our cables.
They do be tripping.
Yeah, but Guitar Hero is big for a lot of kids like us getting into it. I was already into it just because my dad,
Yeah.
but like I was learning stuff I didn't know about, like Dragon Force and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like Avenged Sevenfold and like Lamb of God. There's tons of bands I learned about.
Did
through
you have
Guitar
the
Hero.
drum set of Guitar Hero?
Eventually, yeah. I remember that came in with Rock Band, and then what was it that there's other Guitar Hero? It's
Guitar
like,
Hero World Tour was the
World
one.
Tour, right?
Because
Yeah.
Rock Band 1 was the one that set the precedent. Because that's when for my birthday, my brother was like, "You need to go tell Dad to buy this game."
Yeah.
So we did. And then
And they came with the
Guitar
whole
Hero-
pack.
Yeah, it was
Because Rock Band's when they introduced, you had the buttons up here, but you also had like the solo
the
buttons
solo
down
buttons
there.
at the bottom.
Damn,
If you're
that's
really
crazy.
a baller, you could play
Yeah.
those down there.
Yeah.
I would go to my buddy's house and play with it, but I was
Yeah.
no good.
They're expensive. Well, they were expensive to get everything back
Yeah.
then.
They really
I bet.
were.
Yeah.
2 guitars, microphone, drums, like that's probably what, like damn near $300.
Probably. I forget what it was.
It was a lot of money back in 2007.
Well, like
Shoot.
even when the first Guitar Hero came out, it had the long box of the guitar and then
Yeah.
the game. So it was probably, I don't even know, like $100 probably.
I think it was like 120 if I remember correctly.
But I mean, they sold like fucking insane amount.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone had it.
yeah, like that was the game.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it, and because everyone knew I liked music. You got to get Guitar Hero. I was like, all right, I'll get Guitar Hero, and I was like, holy fuck, this is so
Like,
fun.
this game is so addicting. It's so badass. And then after you get done playing for a long time, you look at the wall, and the wall would be scrolling.
Yep.
Oh my god! It was like the kid version of getting the spins after a night out. You know?
So that's how you got into metal. Then after that, what were some of your like bands that are probably like paramount to your music taste today? Like some of your like top bands. You don't have to hit a ranking, but just give some of the biggest influences.
If I'm thinking about the way I listen to music, the way I approach music, the way I play guitar and everything, Pantera, obviously number one. DFW boys, man. A Day to Remember, Avenged Sevenfold. Oh my god. Only All That Remains. They were big up there. Disturbed. They did a lot for me too musically. Slipknot. Like God, I think that Lamb of God. I think Lamb of God was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I turned the corner because like Pantera was here and I thought the other extreme metal was over here, and then like listening to Lamb of God kind of like bridged like the gap.
Yeah.
just getting me to the extreme stuff. So I would say those are probably the biggest ones, especially with Pantera being hometown heroes and stuff. You gotta Gotta shout out the boys.
Well, Lamb of God and Pantera are very similar because just they're both groovy as fuck.
Yeah.
In terms of like there's great grooves in that.
Shit'll break your neck.
Oh, it really will. And then I mean, both drummers are amazing. When you have Chris Adler and Vinnie Paul, both amazing feet. Amazing feet.
Gorgeous feet.
Can knock out that heel toe like it's going out of style.
Shit.
I mean, the grooves they create, the kick drum patterns, the fills, it just makes you want to move. That's my favorite kind of metal because it's like it grooves. It's not like it's not just all blasting all the time. There's a swing and there's a groove and a feel. Shit makes you want to bounce, makes you want to move.
Yeah.
That's my favorite shit though. So that's why me and him relate on this. We can talk about this for hours.
That's true.
Slipknot, another great one. That shit grooves too, though. I mean, it's more extreme, but they groove. That's why they're as big as they are.
Metallica too, obviously.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cliche, but like Metallica. Come on now.
You know, more.
If you didn't grow up like
More Metallica?
Yeah, I'm more
every guitar player, man, they always start out playing Metallica riffs. That's first Metallica riff you nail. You're like, yeah, I'm a badass. Like, I can do this.
Speaking of Metallica, you played the Snake Bite today at Guitar Center Healing. That camo Hetfield Snake Bite.
If only had $1,800 to spare. If anybody wants to donate, my Venmo is Chase Otto 1. That's ChaseOtto 1.
And even if you
Give me a little bit.
Even if you want to leave it to the 2 guys 1 cast Venmo, just say, hey, this is for Chase's guitar fund. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll send it right to him.
No, donate to them first. I ain't that important. I'll figure it out eventually.
It's $1,800?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a fire guitar.
That thing is a
bro.
beast.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm making dentist money one day, that'll be one of my next big
donate for him so he can help us write the 2 guys 1 cast theme.
Yeah.
He'll write it on that.
That's a fact.
No, that theme song's gonna come out soon.
Very soon. We're gonna track it. It's gonna blow the classical music out your butt.
Facts.
Forget Mozart.
Forget it.
Mozart gonna be rolling in his grave.
Beethoven.
You know nah. Right.
That's all right with me. What's a wild story? Because you went to college. You went to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So he's a College Station kid, which means he got down and dirty. Which means he probably has some wild stories. Like he's also like fucking Johnny Manziel in the bathroom of Chimmy's.
For real? Yeah. Oh my God.
We'll put the picture on screen right now so you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So growing up in high school, I didn't really care to like party or do anything. I just wanted to work, make my money, go to the gym because I wanted to play college football at the time. It just didn't work out that way, obviously. But so fast forward, I'm at Texas A&M my senior year. We're at our my organization's semi-formal, and our bar tab runs out. We killed that thing, and we're just crawling around Northgate, which is like the bar district of College Station.
Yeah.
And I know Fort Worth has a Chimmy's, but College Station's like the OG like Chimmy's. And so we obviously go there because that was like our favorite bar at the time. And God, I was already morbidly hungover to start that day off, and I was down. Like I didn't get out of bed till 6 p.m. So it's time to get ready and go. So it was rough. But so we go to this we go to Chimmy's, and somebody ordered me the most god awful room temperature tequila shot you could imagine.
Holy shit.
And obviously my next instinct is I'm sprinting to the bathroom right now. Let's go. So I've sprinted to the bathroom, and I yak. Not even in the toilet, not even in the trash can, but the urinal. I filled the Chimmy's urinal up with my vomit. And it was a low point for me, man. That was tough. But as I'm sitting there washing my hands, I was notorious amongst my friend group for puking in a lot of the bathrooms in our bars. Like, me and my buddies mapped it out. There's only been 2 bars that I have not puked in all of Northgate. And so Chimmy's, that's always a typical spot for me to puke. And so I'm sitting there washing my hands, getting all cleaned up, and one of my buddies comes in and is like, dang, man, you in this Chimmy's bathroom, you almost got a history, right? I'm like, yeah, man, it's the best place in Northgate to throw up. And I hear a voice behind me just go, hell yeah, it is. I turn around, I'm like, wait a minute. Where have I seen you before? And I looked at his hands. I saw the tattoos. I saw his face. I saw his big ass nose.
Big ass nose.
I was like, that is Money Manziel right there. That is Money Manziel. And I was like, Johnny? He was like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, oh, what's good? So we dapped each other up, and we just shot the shit. I was just telling him, I was like, yeah, man. I was like, you're my fucking hero. You know, in 7th grade, you had me doing this in junior high football. Every time I'd make a play in practice. And, I snagged a selfie with him, which y'all just saw. And, it was super cool because, like, after that, apparently all my friends noticed he was there, and they tried to all get pictures with him. But he turned them all down because obviously he's a human too. He was trying to enjoy his night out with
Right,
his buddies
exactly.
too. So, but he was cool about it in the moment, saying that Chimmy's a great place to puke. So, yeah, I puked in the bathroom with Johnny Manziel. That was
Manziel heard you puke. The
Manziel-
Heisman Trophy winner heard
and
you
I am a
puke.
notoriously loud puker. Like the next county probably heard me, to be honest with you. All my friends can
Damn.
attest to that too. Like, oh my God. It was he probably felt bad for me, to be honest with you.
Probably.
I wish he slipped me like a few $100 bills or something. Like,
definitely
man, help a
could've.
brother out.
What year was this? Do you remember?
2021, I believe, like late 2021.
Okay, so this is not crazy Manziel anymore.
Yeah, no, this is Manziel's like slowly realizing that his legacy at A&M is like the main thing keeping him relevant.
Right.
So he's got to like, maintain a good image around
That's
the
cool.
university and everything, I guess.
Does he live around there?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm not sure where he lives, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. But he's been down there quite a bit though after we
Yeah.
graduated. Like, and after that he's been a lot more receptive to people wanting to take photos with him and like all that. Which, like I said, I think it's just him leaning more into like, yep, this is what I did in college. This is what I need to do to stay relevant. But still love you, Johnny. Still love you so much. Legend.
Awesome.
And off that, my dad's buddy he played high school football with. His brother
Yeah.
coached Manziel at Kerrville Tybee at high
That's
school.
great.
And then
Tybee
my-
fight never dies.
You know your shit. Yeah, my cousin went and played football with him in high school too.
That is insane.
My dad's sister has lived in Kerrville forever, and their kids went to Tybee and all that. So he played with Manziel. I think
That's
Manziel was
insane.
either like a year older than him or in the same grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. I saw him play high school once, so I got to see
Dude's
Manziel
high
in
school
high school.
stats are crazy.
Oh, ridiculous! He put up video game numbers
Like
76 touchdowns in 1 year
Holy
type
shit.
shit. Like his senior year, it
Damn.
was insane. Like if you look at his stats, you're like what the fuck?
he was like damn near 2,000 rushing yards too.
yeah,
And like
yeah. He would at least have like 5 touchdowns every game.
Damn. Where'd he go to school at?
Kerrville, Tybee.
Oh, okay.
it's kind of like a small town, the hill country, kind of
Yeah.
like, what would you say, like northwest-ish
I
San
guess,
Antonio?
Yeah, that's what I guess that would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah. I got some good looking women down there though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in forever.
Every girl in College Station I met that was from Kerrville, they all looked a certain type of way.
That's why.
Blonde hair, blue eyes,
That's
baby.
how he knew that Tybee fight
That's
never
how I knew the
dies.
Tabby fight never died, baby.
Have you ever been to Kerrville?
No, I ain't. No, I ain't
It's
ever been
nice.
down there.
It's nice. It's
Uh,
not much, but it's nice.
no, it's-
I mean, I've
It's
been
just a nice,
forever.
like small, like hill country town, really. Like,
Yeah.
which with the way things are going down there, it might become the next metropolis with the way
Yeah,
New Braunfels is blowing up and everything else,
you
man.
never know. That's crazy. That's a great story. That's one of
Hell
my
yeah.
favorite ones. He sent me the picture. I remember. I think you posted on your Snapchat story. I was like, God, that's an insane pic.
Yeah,
Him and
it's-
Manziel.
Damn.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, some good
Some
shit.
wild shit.
What's up, play? Just keeping it G like a string. How about you? Shit stinky.
Patience.
To patience.
The patience is. I'm like, I start saying to my patience too. Shoot, keep it G like a string.
There you go.
I mean,
You floss it with that string.
hey, you floss it with that string. Keep it G like this little floss, man.
This dude says it to all the fucking guests that go up there.
I do. I do.
'Cause every time he always says it every time he gets off the phone. He's like, "Keep it G like a string." I'm like, "Aye, aye." Heard.
Heard.
It's trademarked now, so
You gotta trademark that shit.
yeah.
You gotta
Gene
put that shit
Simmons
on a
that
shirt,
shit.
bro.
Keep it G like a string,
Hell yeah.
and
Like
then
a
we can have on the
bumper
back
sticker or
shit
something.
stinky.
It's just thinking.
It stinks.
I bet it stinks. I'm
Bro, that's wild.
trying to think some other.
So once you get your degree and you're graduated and all that, where are you gonna have your practice?
So after I get out of the military, I would love to I'm coming back to Texas, I think, as it stands. I would love to be around like DFW, particularly more around Fort Worth, like maybe like Weatherford-ish, potentially. I'm thinking more, like, I don't know, it's still up in the air. Like I like the idea of the hill country
Right.
down around like New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, that area. But also like if I was ever going to claim a city, it was going to be Fort Worth. So I would really love to be around Fort Worth, be able to go to the shows, go to the stockyards, like go to the
Fuck
rodeo
yeah.
every year, or like, because I
Hell
grew up
yeah.
doing all that stuff. So I'm
Should do like a suburb, like Roanoke, Keller area.
Yeah.
All that shit's like.
yeah. One of my mentors,
Growing.
he just bought a practice out in Roanoke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or
Oh,
not
nice.
Roanoke, Keller.
And Keller.
Yeah, and he seems to be doing pretty damn well. So I think it's definitely the move. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to go somewhere where it's not getting overran by like all the Californians and everything else. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, like Dallas is such an oversaturated market.
It is.
Like, especially for dentistry, like we've had people come to speak to us like at school that are like, oh yeah, I have my practice in Dallas, but there's also another dentist right up the road or another guy over here. And I'm like, oh dude.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in a saturated market like that.
Yeah, I know. Like,
especially once you're starting out, because you know you still gotta gain a reputation.
Like, I definitely want to gain more towards like the more rural populations.
Yeah,
because like, there's one thing I've learned in dentistry so far is I'm not cut out to do like the hoity-toity Hollywood like itsy bitsy pretty stuff that people are like in Dallas are really picky about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna take you out of pain, brother. We're gonna make your gums look better, make your teeth look better. Yeah. It's like, I'm not gonna have you looking like Kris Jenner or nothing like that. I mean, I say that now. Who knows? After however many years in the military. Oh, like what about Bruce? Oh,
Bruce.
Oh, man. Caitlin. Man.
That's wild.
To be determined. Whatever you like.
Honestly, I won't be surprised once you're doing Kylie Jenner's teeth.
God. Because, I mean, like, honestly, all my patients so far, like, because I've done a lot of, like, aesthetic restorations on my patients so far, and they've all, like, really liked them. So that's been a good sign. But I just don't know if I could deal with a bunch of the clientele that's more of just, I need to look like this. I have to look a certain way.
You got to keep up with the bar of, like, dental assistants being, like, a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking like all the hygienists and stuff being bad as hell.
Like, you got to have a good staff, too. Like, look good, play good, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Most importantly, perform good, though, honestly, because
my wife's always like, hey, the kids have a dental appointment. I'll take them.
That's funny.
I'll take them.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
And my sister's a hygienist, too, and the story she tells me from other people just, like, patients like of hers that she doesn't even have scheduled, but they'll just come in and just sit like, oh, I want to talk to Lacey.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that is crazy.
That's wild.
That's another thing I've learned is that like a lot of the stuff we're doing is we have to do it by ourselves. We don't have much assistance or anything. Like, so like whenever you get out in practice, I've already learned. I'm like, yeah, whoever my assistants are, they're going to be paid well. They're going to be ballers, need ballers, just perform well.
Going his am.
Yeah. That's one thing I've learned really quickly is just the importance of a good staff. So that's something that we've learned real quick.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate you for coming on, man. It was a pleasure. It was my first time meeting you, brother.
Oh, man. It was great being out here, man.
Christian talks about you a lot, bro.
About you all the time. All the time.
So I'm happy you came on.
I'm glad we got to.
I didn't know you didn't live around here.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, like after this, I'm going back to my parents' house about an hour away. So
where do they stay at?
They stay up in Gainesville.
Oh, Gainesville?
Yeah, but I mean they live kind of out in the boonies, like southeast-ish.
Yeah.
Kind of about I-35, a little like community called Lake Kiowa. That's where they live at.
I went to go shoot a house over there in Gainesville.
Oh, really?
Week and a half ago. No, 2 weeks ago.
No shit.
Yeah. It's big ass ranch. It was fucking awesome.
That sounds about right for Gainesville. Just a bunch of freaking ranches and quarter horses and all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't a whole lot going on up there, but I mean, it's nice to go back, see the fam, do all that.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for coming out, bro. I appreciate you.
Me on, man.
And with this, we're gonna definitely do a Chase Part 2 episode. Get more in depth to him.
In the works.
So get familiar with this face. It's a beautiful face. It's a beautiful face, quite frankly. It reminds me of Melania very much.
Very much.
He's like a mixture between Fergie, Barron, and Sydney Sweeney.
Need some double D's, though.
Oh.
Somebody give me some implants on there. God.
But with that being said, this is your boys back here at 2 Guys, 1 Cast.
At the
our
hole.
homie Chase Otto.
Appreciate y'all having me, boys.
We out this motherfucker.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.